What's up, everyone? We're playing Tomb Raider the Definitive Edition. This was actually my first PS4 game, and it's been a while since I played this, probably since I got my PS4 in 2015. So suffice to say, I'm gonna be a little bit rusty. Thankfully, this game doesn't really require that much skill, for lack of a better term, so I should be able to catch on quickly. The reason why I'm playing this game is I figured I'd rather not chain long games together, seeing as Dark Souls was a near 40-hour game, and it took me, all told, probably 50 hours to edit that together. So I figured a nice 10 to 15-hour game will be a good follow-up. I don't know if I'm going to make a point to not play long games back-to-back, but for the time being, I think that's how I'll do it. Anyways, let's jump in to Tomb Raider the Definitive Edition.
A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are. I finally set out to make my mark, to find adventure. But instead, adventure found me.
Yeah, ritual altars and dead bodies is never a good sign. I remember this is the game where Lara just gets the shit beat out of her at every turn. She's damn near invincible with the amount of stuff she survives in this game. She's so lucky her hair hasn't caught on fire. See, this is what I mean. It's just constant pain. This blonde guy is bad news, I tell ya. I have a good instinct for things like this. It comes from seeing this character written the same way 100 times.
Quickly, your friends are hurt.
Yes, probably by them.
Get back.
They can't be trusted. You still have a gun.
I don't want any trouble.
No.
We'll come.
No.
But I insist that afterwards you take us to whoever's in charge.
What are you doing?
Be quiet.
Oh my god, you freaking coward. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy putting a bullet through you. That felt good. Let's watch that again. Don't feel bad about that, Lara. He 100% deserved that. Now, let's go kill the rest of them. And Blondie if they didn't get to him first.
Thank God you're alive.
Yeah, but he might not be alive much longer. What do they want me to do here? Can I light this on fire? No, I can't. That's for the rope arrows later in the game. There is some stuff in this area that's very clearly meant for you to come back and get. I don't think it's anything too significant in the game. I don't think it's like any tombs or anything. I think it's just the bonus stuff, like the relics and stuff like that. So I'm not going to make it my highest priority to come and get them, but I'll try to make a mental note of it to come back and get whichever ones I can remember. Speaking of the tombs, I'm going to try to do them as I go. If I miss any, I'll just have to go back and do them. There is a tomb in that first forest area, but that is a tomb that was added as a pre-order bonus for the standard edition and just came with the definitive edition. So I think that tomb is best saved for later in the game. I read that it does require you to at least have the grenade launcher, which I don't have at the moment. So I'm going to save that one for later, and I'm going to start with the first one in this area, which is this tomb here. And this tomb is ridiculous. ridiculously short. I mean, it's basically 15 minutes. It's just this one small puzzle here. Thinking back on it, I remember the tombs in this game weren't all that great. In fact, I think I only found 1 or 2 the first time I played through the game. Compare that to the later games like Rise of the Tomb Raider and Shadow of the Tomb Raider, where the tombs could easily be an hour plus in length. Hopefully, some of the later tombs in this game aren't as short and uninspired as this one was.
Oh, hello. Hey, who's this little fox, huh?
She's cute, huh? Yeah, it's Alicia.
Alicia.
It's my daughter.
Oh.
14 years old.
Ooh, well, that got awkward. Woo! Damn, that was cool! You know, I don't like wasting bullets, but killing a guy with his own weapon is a delicious twist of irony, so... Alright, watch this. Haha, burn, motherfucker. You can also shoot the gas canisters on these people's back to set them on fire. There's just something about burning people alive. Wow, taken out of context, that would put me on some lists. Here we get our first proper boss of the game. Could this be considered a boss? Does this game even have boss fights? He's a larger than usual enemy. Not much harder though. Just dodge and spray him with the machine gun and he's down pretty quickly. This ladder is rusty and pieces are falling off of it, so I assume something bad is going to happen. And there it is. Well, you know, comparatively, that could have gone a lot worse. I was expecting her to fall off and get impaled by like 8 different pieces of metal. Well, she got the distress signal, and a plane is on the way. She just needs to light this fire here so they know where she is, and there is no way this is going to end well. Yep. Oh, that's a bit worse than I thought it was going to be. Well, they're dead. Guess we're up Schitt's Creek again. Now that I got the rope arrow, I can do the second tomb. As you can see, it looks like it's going to be a lot longer than the last one. I was wrong. It's just one puzzle, same as the last one. And yet again, I wake up in a room full of dead bodies. You'd think after the last time I escaped, they wouldn't make the same mistake again, but is that a frickin' ogre samurai? Usually when I do this, I like to do it with a raft and not near throat-impaling pipes. This is one of the few scenes that I vividly remember from the first game. She basically cauterizes her own wound when she can't find any other medical supplies. And fuck me, this is a rough scene. Even when I first played the game back in 2015 or so, I thought this was a bit much. Jesus. One of the things I've always believed about game design is that any game that isn't explicitly designed around difficulty will always have that one annoyingly hard section. And it's because the developers aren't making the game with the challenge in mind. They're kind of half-assing it. And sometimes they just throw shit together and let the player figure it out. This shantytown shootout is one of those moments. I get that you're supposed to use the fire arrows and such, but aside from these oil drums, I'm getting by on well-timed headshots. Oh great. Time for round 2. While I was trying to find my way around the shantytown, I stumbled upon the third tomb. Now, as you can see, this one looks like it's going to be more complicated than the last 2. Nope. Still one puzzle. Lara, take the shot. Just take the fucking shot. Oh my god, you're just as dumb as Blondie was. And now he's dead. Hope you feel good about yourself. Well done. Why do I gotta crawl under this bridge? I'm pretty sure I could take him out. On second thought, probably better that I don't try that. Whoops!
I know you want to escape this place. To us now!
Okay. I'm getting a little sick of how many times Lara has gotten captured. I could have picked off those guys from behind that wall. I've already dealt with bigger groups. This was just done for the sake of the plot. Great. Now I'm swimming through a river of blood. Fan-fucking-tastic. So I don't have my guns anymore. That was definitely a necessary thing to do to me, game. Oh shit. I blew up the catacombs. You know, I gotta admit, this is pretty damn cool. Best part is that all the enemies died of fire, so I don't have to... Of course, as soon as I open my damn mouth. You know, I didn't take the time to remember Blondie's name, and I'm not going to remember it. He's definitely going to double-cross us at some point, isn't he? And that's how Lara Croft dies. No, wait, she's still alive. I told you, she's invincible at this point. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. Seriously, game? Seriously? Found another tomb. This one has this fire explosion puzzle. That's it. It's just one and done. Moving on. Son of a bitch, I was hoping I'd never see this damn shantytown again. At least it's on fire. Yeah, should have seen this coming. Here we go. Round fucking 3. Lara's starting to catch on that Blondie here is bad news, but this girl here has her head too far up her own ass to listen for a few seconds. Surely that won't come back to bite them in, say, 5 minutes or so? So I came upon the next tomb. It's not really a tomb per se, it's more of a flooded room with electrified water. Actually kind of reminds me of a tomb in the second game. I'll admit, this one stumped me for a good 20 minutes. I really could not figure out the solution to this puzzle. You have to lift this thing out of the water to de-electrify the water, but it only lasts for maybe about 5 to 6 seconds, and I must have tried a dozen or so times to lift this out and make it to this staircase over here, and failed each time until I eventually just gave up and looked at a guide, and then I realized how much of an idiot I was. Yay! Another shootout. I forgot how many of these there are in this game. Makes the game feel a bit bloated in my opinion. So much shooting, not nearly enough exploration. Reminds me of the first Uncharted game in that regard. Thank goodness the later Tomb Raider games put a heavier focus on exploration. Well, I found Alex, but he's stuck behind this fallen electrical wire here, so I gotta go do this puzzle over here to free him. But of course that'll all be for nothing because he's gonna die anyway, so why have me do that? Why not just kill him? Just feels tedious at this point. I'm getting pretty close to the end of the game, so now is a good time to go get those last 2 tombs. The first one is back in the shantytown, was actually kind of a pain to find, but I did find it. One puzzle, same as the rest. I actually got the trophy for getting all the optional tombs after this one, so I guess the bonus one doesn't count. I guess that's fair, because it was originally unavailable to anyone that didn't pre-order the game. Said bonus tomb is all the way back in the first area of the game, and relatively easy to find. I'm surprised I didn't accidentally stumble upon it when I was roaming around here in the beginning of the game. And it is one of the better tombs in the game, although I wouldn't say it's necessarily anything special. The puzzle's pretty simple. You just gotta set these things on fire to drop the plane, and then just jump up there and get the treasure. Still one puzzle, still relatively short. I also did not need the grenade launcher for this, so IGN lied. Yeah, removing a sword from a mummy is generally not a good idea. Well, Blondie has absconded with Sam. Turns out he was a bad guy all along. Shocking, I know. Oh, he done fucked up. He done fucked up.
You're Joe.
Ooh! Well, I would have preferred to do that myself, but it was at least still satisfying. Well, there's a lot of them, but I think I could take these guys. I stand corrected. Sneaking it is then. Now notice here how I can easily shoot Matthias with an arrow from where I'm standing, but the game literally won't let me because plot. Ah, damn it, we don't even get a showdown with the Oni. That sucks. Scratch that. Yes, we do. It really sucks that the final battle with Matthias is a QTE battle. Just makes it so much less satisfying. And then you don't even really get to see him die. He just falls off the side. So apparently all those headshots I've been doing all game just didn't mean anything. Like, I would have liked the game to have allowed me to deal with him in the way I wanted to deal with him, rather than just giving me this scenario. But then again, this was an era when games were trying so hard to be interactive movies, and I am very grateful that that era of gaming is largely over. You know, I gotta say, in retrospect, the story in this game is not very good. It's cliched, it's uninteresting, and even maybe a little problematic? Feels like not much research was done into Japanese culture when writing this, but it feels very much like a, exotic, ancient cultures thing. But maybe I'm wrong. And along the same lines, this game isn't really as good as I remember it. Linear gameplay, forgettable tombs, uninteresting story, and not nearly enough exploration. I would still recommend giving it a shot, if only to have a good comparison to the next two games. I would say this is like a 3.5 out of 5, if I was ever going to use a numerical rating system. And with that, we have reached the end of Tomb Raider. And we've reached the end of this video. Thank you to everyone who watched this all the way through. I hope you enjoyed it. If you feel so inclined, please do the things that engage the algorithm and let YouTube know that people are actually watching my videos. If you want to get notified when I post a new video, make sure to hit subscribe and then hit the bell, because you need to make it clear to YouTube that you're not just subscribing for shits and giggles, you really actually want to subscribe to this channel. And I hope to see you in my next video. I don't really have a video schedule, so it'll come out when it comes out. Whitman! That was his name!